Well, since about 45 minutes ago, when I was talking on Janice's programme about aromantics rather, I've been rubbing the small of my back. Nothing, absolutely nothing at all. In tonight's programme, we've got sessions for you from Les Thugs and Overlord X, the latter a debut session. But first, we dip into the Bicky bin for this, from Angst.
Back in January, living in my living room, staying on my own. Back in January, reading the little letters you sent me home. And I don't really know if it's happening to me, but did I see it on TV? Back in January.
And the title of the LP is Mystery Spot. What does it mean? That's Angst, and on SST Records back in January. And now the Disco 4. He's Santa Claus on Colour Radio.
I'ma tell you why. The Santa Claus is coming to town.
There's a blizzard outside that is 3 feet deep. When you look out the window, can't see the streets. The night before Christmas is Christmas Eve. All the kids in my block can't even sleep. There's a knock at the door, walk across the floor. It's Mr. Nichols in the neighborhood carpenter. He said to me, we were jolly old Nick, the once a year Christmas trick. I just stand disbelief, the conversation was brief. I need some transportation, how about your G? I said, come on, stop joking, you're not Santa Claus. He took me outside and with no remorse showed me a bag 6 feet high. It was very dark red, so it wasn't a lie. One more question, where are your dear? The flying sled and the bright red gear. He said, unfortunately, son, they're not here. As he spoke down his face, rolled a tear. So I came to you, because you knew what to do. Since Rudolph and his crew have come down with the flu, time is running out as I gave him the key. I said, what will be under the tree for me? He said, which hard, my boy, and you will see. I'm Santa. I'm Santa. Good dog. Hit that. Waiting hours for my ride, I figured he was far. Hoping no damage will come to my car. Ding dong, 3 in the morning. Who could it be? Mr. Nicholson, for Red G. All he said was thanks and gave me the key. I woke up on Christmas, everything was alright. Looked up my window, now the soul in sight. Streets are white, I'm all uptight. Wishing for my car the whole damn night. Everybody in the house got what they wanted. I don't believe in Santa Claus, it's all I chanted. Telling me this lie, he went too far. As I searched under the tree to find a little car. This got me mad from head to side. Went on the car and wrote letters, it read Matchbox. I was upset, you can bet, anyone will agree. I got right on the phone to call G and Tony T. I said I felt bad, they said for what reason? Come over for breakfast, talk about the season. Walking down the steps, I was shocked to see a red ribbon tied around a white one on the E. Attached to the Jeep was a greeting card, thanking for the Jeep to help do the job. He's Santa Claus. I get fired. From the disco bar.
That's the Disco 4. It comes from the compilation LP Christmas Rap on Profile Records, and that's He's Santa Claus. The first coming up from Les Thugs, 3 numbers really, starting with their intro, followed by Les Thugs themselves, and then a number called Little Kiddie. Take it away, boys. Les Thugs in session, and that's intro, Les Thugs itself, and Little Kiddie, a little medley for you there. And I've spent much of this evening going through the Festive 50 entries. Of course, if you've not sent yours in already, it's too late. It has to be postmarked November, and quite clearly it is no longer November. Interesting, though, for a number of reasons. One, which makes it a lot harder for me, really, is the fact that nobody seems to have voted for the same... I mean, no two people seem to have voted for the same record, so you could end up with, like, about 400 or 500 records first equal, the way things are shaping up. Quite clearly it won't be like that, but, as I say, not a lot of votes for any particular record. And another interesting thing is that I've got about 4 or 5 times as many cards from Ireland as I've ever had before. Now, what the significance of that is, I'm not quite sure, unless it means some kind of downturn in the quality of Irish radio. I hope not. I'm a Yenge, and this is Chibuya Buyu.
so they skipped out into the garden to search for more insects.
I couldn't look at you. I guess you knew it, but I never realized that we were through. And now I'm down and all alone with every feeling that I own. You can't take that away. And with every breath we take and the illusions we create will come to you someday. Things in this world I wanted to, because everything I own, it belongs to you. I never looked at you in a sexual way in my life before, and I've never woken up like this so desperately before.
The best since Blue Monday, I think. Yes, I know I always say that. It's my little joke. I do think a sense of humour is so terrifically important, don't you? That's New Order and Touched by the Hand of God. And before that, it was Chibuya Buyu by Amayenge, another one of those records from Zambia.
My whole body is now heavy and is getting heavier and heavier.
Oh, what wonderful stuff it is. The Electro Hippies, and that's Thought from the Peel Sessions EP. 9 tracks on a 12-inch EP, of course. And also in session tonight we have Overlord X. And I spoke to him on the phone, actually, last week. If you're listening, Overlord, thanks very much for doing the session. Sounded like a nice bloke. This is I'm Deaf.
that I've created for a special occasion to make a people just don't want it to but a nation. I'm here to make facts on a silver platter. You can argue, hate it, love it, but it really don't matter. I've got to wear a hat that's white on my head. Brown, purple, black, blue, white, or red. Oh yes, I gotta wear a hat, that's what I said. Cause my name is Overlord and I've got a little deaf. That's why I'm the wrong reason to my song. I'm big about it, first I'm big about it, I'm on. I'm here, arrive, no fiction or fable. So what you all you sucker MCs, I'm able to nab you, grab you. If you bite, cause I despise imitation human beings on my mind. And when I finish with you sucker, clean up your blood stains. And I'm the wear my red hackers, I got head in my veins. Cause I'm the shit, look ready MC, exterminator, earthquake, grand shaker, well operator, everybody's dominator. You whip a terminator, so get my homeboys if you wanna live a later. I have to recite what I'm saying on my, it don't have on my head, I'm deaf, alright, cause I'm deaf. That's what I said, I'm deaf, I'm at your service if you want me to rock. I'll introduce the people, him and it just won't stop. Cause I'm the Prince of Rhythm, rapper over body and soul. And you rock it this way, cause I said so. Cause I'm the one with a hat who never talks crap. And you never be that, a baseball bat. Man, you're whacking and whack. I'm fresher than fresh, I'll make it for yourself. Off the tempo legend. If you try to interfere with it cool. And if you keep on this, I'll make a mother slap you. Cause I guarantee the fresh I guarantee you. Fresh look, fresh gear, fresh rhyme, fresh me. But you know I gotta rock it, no stop. Be just a topic cooler one. King mother of this hip hop market. I'm the body generator, your feet vibrator. You whooper, it's sweeter, there's no sound better. I'm the mind undertaker, your beat can't take a clever better. Any member, I'm the mind programmer, I'm dead. But I gotta say, but if you make it, then protect it like a cool dark way. If you wanna mix them up, you wanna keep your stuff, you better tell everybody that you're gonna get tough. Like me, Overlord, hitting your hot spot like a turbo charger, rolling straight to the top. Now played over made music, in them days I love it. Now Overlord's gonna prove that he can do it too, just for you and your hip hop crew. If we don't listen, what I say is down to you, but I'm dead.
My Bloody Valentine. That comes from an EP called Ecstasy, or mini LP, in fact, I think is what it is, The Things I Miss. And before that, it was the first from Overlord X in session, and I'm Deaf. Now, the State Ensemble for Traditional Songs and Dances isn't the catchiest name you could possibly have for a band, but they have an LP on Harmonia Mundi, UK, and very good it is too. The LP is called Rodopska Devojka, and it's subtitled Songs of Bulgarian Women. Here's a little number from it. So far in 1987, the principal exports of Bulgaria have been talcum powder, jute, molybdenum, and records like that. But as long as they go on making them, I'm perfectly happy, I must say. From the State Ensemble for Traditional Songs and Dances, that was something which the title translates as I Make Clouds of Dust at My Feet, a song from the region of Pirin about a young Hajduk who tells his beloved that he will have two flags made, one for the war and one for the marriage. And after that, from Bulgaria, why? Nothing other than the Bulgarian Blues, Les Thugs.
This one
The Les Bulgarian Blues, as they call them in their exciting Gallic way. Les Thugs in session to tape records, if you like. Bless this regime, hail the next regime, it says on the back of it. And it features the Weeds, Janitors, Woodfoot Dandy, Membranes, Heartthrobs, Yeah Yeah No, Zorga Ball, the Creepers, Whip Crack Away, June Brides, Implied Consent, Road Capel, Frank Sidebottom, and Gay Bikers on Acid. But it's Yeah Yeah No we're going to hear now because I miss them. Crimpling Seed Lifestyle.
You pay your money and you take a chance on a crimpling seed lifestyle. I use in the name of justice, lifestyle is on trial. Sinister, fly paper, we oversee your soul. The bugbear of the idle class, your last crimpling seed is sold. 86 has been a king heart, so a crimpling seed lifestyle life. To the common man who never understand, he's too from so public. The bottomless pits and all-night club where you could say I'm well known. Sinister flight make a sense to me, but we can't escape this misery. So fake elastic sky, oh swinging, the flesh that falls on his chin. Satan's angel in temptation, she's no spring chicken.
And distasteful suggestions can always be rejected. Under hypnosis, you can hear everything that is being said.
Get off. The record's too short. I was so busy queuing up the next one, I missed the end of it. Oh well, teach me not to try and be clever. Those are the Zero Boys on blue vinyl, and that comes from Toxic Shock Records in Pomona, California, Vicious Circle. And before that, it was Yeah Yeah No from that in-tape compilation, Just a Mishmash, and Crimpling Seed Lifestyle. The record I was trying to queue up was this, which is the new single from Bogshed, Excellent Girl.
My finger
That's the excellent Bog Shed, their new single, and It's Excellent Girl is the title of it. And this is the last, I think, of those... sorry, where am I? I've lost me control of all of this. I was doing so well up until now, too. This is going to be the last of the records in the Cruising series that I play you. I think it's Cruising 1962, mainly because the records in the subsequent ones become rather tedious, or the bulk of them are, anyway. And also I'm getting fed up with the whole idea, but... The one I'm going to play you now features the man who first put me on the radio. That's Russ Weirdbeard Knight. Well, not exactly the first person, but the first person who gave me, like, a proper job back in Beatle days, from KLIF in Dallas. And you'll get an idea of what he worked like. I mean, this is how it went on all the time. It sounds a bit ridiculous now. There's an appalling sexist joke in the middle of it, but I left it in anyway to give you an idea of how things were back in 1962. And if you listen closely to the Weirdbeard's style of presentation, it may remind you at times of our very own hairy monster.
Master Control Central, 1190 KLIF, this is the Weirdbeard. I have discovered a strange power handed down to me by Weirdbeard ancestors. Tonight, in the KLIF Master Control Central, I have my plastic bubble in the studio. In one moment, I will raise this plastic bubble through the sky and on top of 1190 Studios on Jackson Street. I have the power as the High Priest of Dallas Radio from Master Control Central to bring every broadcasting channel through 1190. So you need not turn your radio to any other broadcasting medium in the Dallas area. Friends, this is not for real if you're suing. In case any scientists are listening from Southern Methodist University, I will not reveal any more of the Weirdbeard's secret power. This is not Orson Welles. Because, my friends, this is a complete hoax. My first venture in sound will be to bring in KIXL, known to the Manavani set as Kixel. The 1190 scanner is turned on now.
20 seconds.
Listen to it. The scanner from Kixel. I can feel it. I can feel the power through the scanner to bring Kixel into 1190. It is now materializing. Put your ear to the radio. Put your hand to the radio. Feel the hot power of the Weirdbeard. The power of the savior of Dallas. It's here. Kixel is here on 1190. Let me adjust from the Master Control Central. The scanner. Let me figure with a pi squared. It was what? Friends, I apologize. The static you hear on the radio is Kixel. They're off the air. Kixel went off the air. If you want to hear Manavani at night, that's your tough luck. And now to the outer studios of KLIF 1190 and music.
Friend.
Let us pose, friends, in the middle of this musical stream from KLIF 1190, Russ Knight to Weird Beard. Let's go to Channel 1190 Weather Room, like the big boys do on television. Mark these little curly cues, friends. Looks like birds. That's really clouds there, friends. High, massive clouds. In Boston, we have 67 degrees. I hope I have time to get to the Dallas-Fort Worth temperature. Mark that 67 degrees in Boston. In New York City, 69 degrees, 69 for New York, and massive clouds there. In Miami, it's 73 degrees. In Oak Cliff, the Weather Bureau broke down. There you go. And whoops, we're just about out of time, friends. One more temperature here from Butte, Montana. It's 78 degrees in Butte. Hey, that's kind of warm up there. You know, friends, that reminds me, I used to go with a girl from Butte. In fact, she had a couple of them.
What's your name? I have seen you before. What's your name? May I walk you to your door? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like those for me. Ooh, 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 wee. What's your name? Is it Mary or Sue? What's your name? Do I stand a chance with you? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like yours for me. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. I stood on this corner waiting for you to come along so my heart could feel satisfied. So please let me be your number one. Under the moon, under the stars, and under the sun. What's your name? What's your name? Is it Mary or Sue? What's your name? Do I stand a chance with you? It's so hard to find a personality with charms like yours for me. Ooh-wee, ooh-wee, ooh-wee. What's your name? What's your name? Shoo-doo-ba-ba-da.
This is KLIF 1190. Dallas.
KLIF 1190. Whoopee!
Loomed very large in my formative years, that. That's from Russ Knight, the Weird Beard, from the cruising 1962 LP, taken from KLIF in Dallas. The record, the second of them, one of the great records, Don and Juan's What's Your Name, and before that, The Sensations and Let Me In. These are the Waltones on Medium Cool Records, 12-inch single, She Looks Right Through Me.
People right behind my back, I can see their smiling faces. They wouldn't be laughing quite so hard if it came to changing places. She just looks right through me. She just looks right through me. But they don't see my point of view. They don't feel the hurt I'm feeling. They're driving me right up the wall and halfway around the ceiling. She just looks right through me. She just looks right through me. I tell you why I feel so low. I tell you why I feel so low. I guess it's not just how you act, how kind or understanding. This is the most unreasonable, indifferent and demanding. She just looks right through me.
Something in the nature of a grower, that. The Waltones on Medium Cool Records, and She Looks Right Through Me. And one of the things about the Festive 50 entries, of course, is that in addition to people putting their kind of favourite records of the year and so forth, they also put in the occasional sort of small comment and things, and rather nice little notes that people attach to them. I mean, Malcolm Coolidge, who's written to me from London East 17, says that he remembers at the age of 15 or 16 being buried under the bedclothes listening to the programmes that I used to do for the pirate ship Radio London, a programme called Perfume Garden, and waiting for an LP, the LP Safe as Milk by Captain Beefheart and the Magic Band, to arrive from America. And all of the records that I've played, I'd say, that's really good, but you wait till you hear Captain Beefheart, because he's really going to change things. And indeed he did. I was right, I think. This is from Overlord X in session, X in Effect.
Down with the X, we don't flex, we're not vex, we're gonna put you on the right check. This is a text from the X, you know what I'm saying? Flex on it.
Overlord X, yes, my posse, numerous brothers, that's with me. No violence unless it's given. To my posse, the tempers are driven. So come click, my Uzi protector. I'm outrageous, but it won't get you now. Full force military to back. Each one come up posse's on tack. The core with a heart before. So tough that my beat ignores. All enemies will try to hold it. You got your mind crossed, on for it now. Let in and feel the roar of a posse. On time, on course. I'm a man, understand? I'm a man, I'm a main man. So you give me a hand. London, one big party house. Overlord is gonna kick ass out. But the posse, I've got you lit. The ex-posse, I've got you kicked.
I'm the dumb part of the switch, my double esteem one's for you. Doing prime time out there, we'll give you some fresh rhymes, you know what I'm saying, X.
My kingdom is like trouble with anything. You got your mom, the trouble it will bring. Hard for you to chill like brothers. I remember the time 4 summers ago when a party was back with everybody. From north south, no one to kill a party. But now, the no-brain suckers wanted this just for a body. I was now, my ex-posse not crew are back. A gathering of brothers, so take that climb. Well, you ain't getting nowhere. You get the high, but drop that down there.
Yo, crush hour, make sure you devour from the power tower, you know the dime. Don't take no job, kick it live in 87 and 86.
Switch whack, part of my posse. Crush hour, part of my posse now. Mid-range, part of my posse. Sound my fam, from the posse now. Supreme T, from the posse now. Ray Small, part of my posse. Risky Dame, from my posse now. Overlord X is in the posse now.
What up? Sound my fam, Supreme T. We know you like this, so we will give you some gifts. Give them some samples of what we're giving you.
Yeah, West suckers on a mission now. Against the S, get buried down on the ground. Name was known, not forgotten. Unless the powers of the world press a button. Fight for the right of might to be supreme like an eagle in flight. Third World War with nuclear bombs. Fourth World War with sticks and stones. Protect me from others who oppose. Like a shield, but the ex-posse glows. The blows of a crews always get. If you want some, then you will get.
What you got, you're hot, so clap. You're out there, we're coming out live to y'all.
Overlord S got you impressed. On the street, the Lord is blessed. Hip-hop pumping like never before. Not watered down, but hardcore. The floor, getting packed by death beats. The girls jacking, I feel in my head. Rappers dissing, but I have learned like suckers. By my style, I burn. Ex-posse, hear the words I say, just do it. The Overlord X way, I doubt. It's like I'm too proud to obey. We'll just do it the wrong way.
Yeah, I will fetch some flavor, because I'm the man that's gonna give you the favors. I'm down with the X, and my name's the Don. Not Ron, not that.
case to the S-Bus in effect. Yo, from East London, y'all. Clock this.
Overlord X, MC and DJ, and the Don MC, and that's Overlord X in session for us tonight. Tomorrow night we have in session for you... Okay, I can't find it now, hold on a minute. Just bear with me. Extreme Noise Terror. There you are, excellent session. If you missed it the first time round, make sure you don't miss it again. Now from the Silver Dollar Survey, Eton Crop.
Down all those who bleed all over your life.
smashes me. Again I crawl. Try to think what's over me. It makes me crawl. Let you run away from me faster than I crawl. Or gravity falls away from me. Yes, I'll crawl. Or gravity all smashes me. Again I crawl. Try to think what's over me. It makes me crawl. Let you run away from me faster than I
A much requested record, that, and I think with reason. Dinosaur Jr. on SST Records, Little Fury Things, and before that, Eton Crop from their new LP, To Moscow by Covered Wagon. I think their best work to date. From Les Thugs in session, About Your Life.
Got
Les Thugs in session, one more from them before we all vanish into the night, and that one's called About Your Life. This is from an LP that Andy cares for quite a bit. It's Shelton Dunaway and the Boogie Ramblers on Gold Band Records. I'm Going. From the Gold Band Record Company of Lake Charles, Louisiana, but now made more generally available in Britain by Charlie Records, from an LP called Biorhythm and Blues Shuffle. That was Shelton Dunaway and the Boogie Ramblers. I'm Going. This is Puma. They call me Puma. In fact, not just Puma, but Seaborn and Puma.
Come on, y'all, let's rock. They call me Puma.
With lyrics that's determined to do work like a map that is burning down a brick building that is crushing and crumbling. And while it's crumbling, my pumas are stumbling over it because my attitude is hyper. I'm like a cat, but you can call me a tiger, cause I'm going out like a man who was an animal. But I'm a puma, so don't call me as an animal. They call me Puma. I envy my name like a boxer does the title. I'm like a fan, I'm a Puma piece idol. I've clientele my lyrics, give a brain tumor. I get enough respect, my nieces call me Uncle Puma. I'm like a president, that's why I'm always on top. I'm like a star up in the sky, cause I will never drop. I'm like Rambo, it takes thousands to call me. You wanna call me, you need a whole army, cause I'm going out like a man who was rude. Of course my name describes my whole attitude. I'm like a maniac with a brain of two speakers. And while I'm illin', I wear Puma sneakers. Now you know what time it is, the challenge is over. Because my name describes the King's Ace Clover. See, I done through battles not slower but sooner. Time enough to call me, now not he but Puma. They call me Puma. I'm like a corporation factory, don't ask me for no favors.
I have a Puma doing styles and no flavors. My room is like a giant with Pumas that swell. Up to the top of doing the ask me to sell. None of my Pumas don't get asking for a riot. Cause my name is Puma, so don't try it. My name is like gold, a better platinum. My humans try to steal it, I raise up to gap them. I'm furious to catch a nigga trying it. To steal my name, I'm not blinded, I'm going all out. I be searching for days. All the effort gotta took me for the names that I raised. You must be kidding me when you consider me. You must take me out and cut me cause you're dissing me. When I'm too powerful, cause when I catch you, you're doomed. You never have a step of people to call you Puma, either Puma.
Come on, y'all, let's rock.
They call me Puma, by the clothes that I wear. On my feet, on my body, on my head, anywhere that I can fit it. As long as it can travel with me. With my big rope cane, I'm out without you, bring up Puma P. Like an express card, I can't leave home without it. And going around the world, so why not let me shout it out to all the people in my place who didn't know? You best to call me Puma at the end of the show. They call me Puma.
Advice on rates. Advice on rates. Obey your rates. Obey your war rates. Obey your rates. Obey your war rates. Reverse to higher. I'll write a sign letter. If you don't pay your rates, you end up here. Or end up on debtors' retreat estates. Or debtors' retreat escape. Debtors' escape estates. Debtors' escape. Debtors' retreat escape. Debtors' retreat estates. Ironic red landscape, a socialist state invention, them old government bones working, debtors escape estates, debtors retreat estates, a no motivation estates. Escape and stay. Hey, the barrow! Hey, the barrow! I'm here, Rich! Hey, the barrow! Hey, the barrow! Hey, the barrow!
That's The Fall, of course, and it comes from the LP Palace of Swords Revisited, a compilation on Cog Sinister, and the first of many such compilations, we're advised, supposed to come out every 3 months. I'll believe it when I see it or hear it, but I look forward to it nevertheless. That's called Pay Your Rates, and before that, it was Puma, as he pronounced it, or Puma, as I would pronounce it, on Select Records. They Call Me Puma, the title of it. From the forthcoming LP, FSK, or Freiwilliger Selbstcontroller in Dixieland, this is the Bahnsteig Walzer.
Ein Himmelsgebet ist schon manchmal verweht, doch ich kenn ein Lied, ganz wie aus Granit. Schon als kleines Kind hörte ich es im Wind, ich lag im Stroh und das Lied, das ging so. Ich stehe auf dem Bahnsteig und auf keine Marsch dabei, doch der Zug, auf den ich warte, fährt sowieso vorbei. In dem Zug sitzt mein Liebling und der braut wie ich will, denn sie nahm all mein Silber und mir niemals zurück. Ein trauriges Lied, wenn Amor entflieht, ach lieber Mond, ob sich das lohnt. Halt mich bitte ganz fest, damit es mich nicht verlässt, denn es tut ja so weh. Mein kleines Couplet. Ich stehe auf dem Bahnsteig und hab keine Marsch dabei, doch der Zug, auf den ich warte, fährt sowieso vorbei. In dem Zug sitzt mein Liebling und der braut wie ich will, denn sie nahm all mein Silber und mir niemals zurück.
Start again. Freiwilliger Selbstcontroller in Dixieland is the title of the LP, and that was the Bahnsteig Walzer. And I've played several times, as you must know by now, their version of it. I Wish I Could Sprechen Sie Deutsch, as they style it. And I've often wondered where it came from originally, and Walters and myself both thought it was written by Dave Dudley, but I've got somebody sent me a record of it from 1962 by Eddie Wilson, and I'm grateful to Graham Lynch, I think it is, who writes to me from Aberdeen and sent me this copy of the record. As I say, well, it's known as Dankeschön, Bitteschön, Wiedersehen, but it's attributed on the label to Billy Hughes Scott. Now, Walters could tell you more about Billy Hughes Scott than I can because he's an older man, but a music hall entertainer, I think, and we'll try and track down his version of it as well, take it back into the mists of prehistory. In the meantime, thanks, as I say, to Graham Lynch, here's Eddie Wilson's version of it from 1962.
Came into Deutschland and what did I find? I didn't know a word that was said. About speaking the language, I was so inclined to get a few words in my head. Ah, you'll soon pick it up, all my buddies would say. But here is the total I've picked up today. Dankeschön, Bitteschön, Wiedersehen. Milk and beer, come and see here. Grocer and Kleiner and Nix.
verstehen. I wished I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. I met lots of Fräuleins, but I couldn't say a word. I might as well not have a voice. Dankeschön, bitteschön, Wiedersehen. I wished I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. With some GIs in Stuttgart one night, they were out on the spree, it was plain. I followed them into a bar down in town, too famous to mention its name. Now whether I'm crazy and whether I'm not, a night in the jailhouse is all that I got. With my Dankeschön, bitteschön, Wiedersehen. No can beer, come and see here. Grocer and Kleiner and nix verstehen. I wished I could sprechen Sie Deutsch. Now I must have said something that meant something else. The MPs just made me their choice. Dankeschön, bitteschön, Wiedersehen. I must learn to sprechen, I've got to get cracking. I wished I could sprechen Sie Deutsch.
Well, it's on to the record library tomorrow morning to have a look at it for it under the title Dankeschön, bitteschön, Wiedersehen. That's Eddie Wilson from 1962, written, as I say, by Billy Hugh Scott, it says on the label. From the Groove Farm, this is Surfing Into Your Heart.
I'll be serving, serving into your heart. I'll be serving, serving into your heart. Yeah, I'll be serving, serving into your heart. I'll be serving, serving into your heart. That's what I should have done at the start.
That's the Groove Farm, and one of 5 tracks on a 12-inch EP called Going Bananas with the Groove Farm, and that was Surfing Into Your Heart. Which brings us to the last tonight from Overlord X, debut session for the programme. This is Lyrical Content.
Yo, it's the man Overlord X in the place, got the done in the house.
Yo, it's Saddam getting busy, not getting dizzy.
It's a bit like this. Back to rock, yes, I rule the man, the cool. London town party rocker, ace, basic groove. Got a kick out of jamming on stage in a rage. I pays the craze, all amaze me, people engage. Situated down, listen in the east side of town. 60 floors up a tower, see the sights all around. Designer, producer, I'm creator of the rhyme. My mission's getting better. To rock the rock, the world you not, you feel alright. Once I give you a medical advice, that's right. See the light, got left, boy, let's improve. Homeboys are 5 girls, cause it's what's produced in top. Cause I hope not going too fast. The beat don't get funny, I'll make a quick pass. Some little rhythm my English safe, my speech keeps the pace in the place. In case you had a nose, got style in my face. I'm concerning with my working, the lap from the morning. Overlord, keep the beat so fast to be showing what's about to keep turning via me a ski, flicking on the amplifier, kicking megawatts. I'm not dreaming, I'm the person and the rest is bold. You've been told that my voice is 24 karat gold, so it's cold, cold. Now my fight been closed, don't bring it up. Now rappers come, my fight is old.
memorandum as a message to learn. All rhyme with perfect timing, I'll perform when I earn recognition from you rappers as I educate your mind. Bust your ego, show no mercy, top of your line. Domination of this realm is what I will do. Activate my fuse and I'm coming for you. Cause I'm a lyrical master, magnifying your brain. I'll succeed to achieve my degree in fame. Visualizing in my rhyming and I'm rhyming with style. In the history of rap, I'm talking your file. I'm going into action so there's no turning back. That's some easy rhyming, for this I've got a neck. Basing my lines on a musical beat. I'll write and create, make you wanna move your feet. Take a trip through your veins and develop my skill. Defend my honor in this place, cause I'm out to kill. Take it.
With the beat that makes a vinyl hot. Mind your hands, stop the plastic, and your fingers drop off. Imperial perfectionist that's always strong. Cool to rock a 6-foot rock, create a time bomb. Head along, homeboys, cause this is not your grade. Come as sharp as a knife, come as sharp as a blade. Lay back, sophisticated words around my pipes. In case your ambitious boys decide to take a bite from my mind, I can't do nothing about it. Big mistake you just made, I won't kill, but I doubt it. So what's the stone that is standing on, brother? I give a killer rhyme that I give another cover. Word, rhyme, rap, line. The way I say it kinda makes me individualize from the other rappers. Lyrical trappers, keep away from me suckers. Enjoy the shoot kisses, disses. I don't miss this cause I'm too busy doing what I'm doing at the moment. And I'm dominant. The beat is savage but it's under control. I never let the beat wanna go a dip on its own. The man Overlord in the place, in effect.
And the land of Dom in effect as well, you know what I'm saying?
London, England, get down.
Sorry, lyrical content, of course. It's been a long and bruising day. That's Overlord X, the last from them tonight, or him. Lyrical content is the title of it. And from the Creepers, alas, no longer with us. I mean, broke up last week or the week before. From the current LP, though, this is Fan Club.
But
those are the Creepers, and what I suppose is going to be their last LP. Fan Club is the title of it, and because of my extraordinary economy of style, I've got time to put in an extra record. So I'll put you in another track from the State Ensemble for Traditional Songs and Dances from Bulgaria, and this is, again, from the LP Rapodska Devojka. That's the intensely lovely Napalm Death from the LP Scum. That was called Dragnet. And before that, it was the State Ensemble for Traditional Songs and Dances from the LP Rapodska Devojka. And the last tonight from Les Thugs from France, in session, Legal Drugs. My goodness me, what a rush it's been. Les Thugs in session, the last from them, which is called Legal Drugs. And I was very pleased to get a letter from Lionel Fisk, writing from Birmingham, one of quite a few people who've written in to applaud the selection of yodelling records that I've played over the past few weeks. I can't remember, to be honest, whether I played this one before or not, but it's worth hearing again. Erich Edlinger.
Wenn ich auf hohen Bergen stehe, wird mir ums Herz wohl. Dann schau ich in das tiefe Tal, ins schöne Land Tirol. Wenn drund im Tal die Nebel ziehen, die Sonne scheint in Trend. Tiroler Land, mein Heimatland, dich lieb ich ohne End. Verdruss am Zank und Streit der Welt. Wenn auf des Jahres Pixelschuss der ganz Trug voll. Die Berge sind mein Gotteshaus, der Jodler mein Gebet. Hoch droben auf den Bergen, ja, der Herrgott selber steht. Gestorben bin, so tragt mich hoch hinauf und schmeißt mich unter den Zirchenbaum einen Haufen Storner drauf. Denn ich bin ein Bergeskind und will es immer sein und stimmt mir auch im Sterben noch mit einem Jodler ein.
What a little gem that is, to be sure. That's from Erich Edlinger, and, well, so's that in a manner of speaking. And the title of it, frankly, I couldn't pronounce, really. It would take me a while to do it. Anyway, got to leave you with one of the best records in the whole history of the world, from Barmy Army, Sharp as a Needle. That's Barmy Army and Sharp as a Needle, ending tonight's programme, on which you heard sessions from whoever they were from Les Thugs and from Overlord X, of course. Tomorrow night, it's Extreme Noise Terror in session, just the one excellent session, which I hope you won't miss. Coming up shortly, Midnight News Summary, and that's about it, really. Thanks for listening. Good night. Sorry about all of the mistakes in the last half hour. Didn't sleep very well last night. As I say, that's it. So thanks for listening. Good night.
The news at midnight. This is John Marsh. A postal strike in the run-up to Christmas is looking increasingly likely. Mrs. Thatcher has criticised extradition proposals being discussed by the Irish Parliament. The Prince of Wales has accused architects and planners of wrecking London's skyline. The Postal Workers Union says a strike could start before the end of the week over its claim for a reduction in working hours. The union failed to get the improvement it was seeking in the current offer, and everything now hinges on a top-level meeting in the morning. But as our Labour correspondent, Nicholas Jones, reports, there's little optimism on either side about the chances of this leading to further negotiations.
Both agree the gap is too wide between the union's claim for up to 3 hours off the working week and the insistence of the Post Office that any cut in working hours, including the 1 hour reduction already on offer, must be paid for entirely by productivity improvements. Although the union will propose independent arbitration, the management has said it would be impossible to split the difference. Strike action could start before the end of the week, perhaps taking the form of 2- and 3-day stoppages at up to 80 major sorting centres throughout the country. Even if there is widespread disruption, Alan Tuffin, the postal union leader, is confident that postal workers will get public support.
The Prime Minister has expressed her reservations about the new extradition arrangements being debated by the Parliament of the Irish Republic. She told MPs that if they went through, Britain would become the least favoured nation in Europe in terms of securing the extradition of terrorist suspects from Dublin. The new proposals give the Irish Attorney General the right to decide before consenting to extradition whether there's an intention to prosecute and whether there's sufficient evidence. This, said Mrs Thatcher, was regrettable, and Britain had made representations against it.
There is a risk that extradition could become more difficult because of the new measures taken by the Irish Republic, and it would be a step backwards from the existing arrangements under which no application is made to a judicial authority for a warrant without there being a firm intention to prosecute based on sufficiency of evidence. And we're surprised, therefore, that the need is perceived for any further procedural steps.
The government's education reform bill has been given a second reading in the Commons with a government majority of 107. There was no mass Conservative backbench revolt, but the former Prime Minister, Mr Edward Heath, abstained, having earlier described one part of the bill as a confidence trick. The leader of the SDP, Mr Robert McLennan, says he's hopeful negotiations with the Liberals over the formation of a new party will be completed by the weekend. Mr McLennan, who was previously pessimistic about the progress of the talks, now thinks agreement will be reached in time for a deal to be put to SDP members at a special conference next month. A London MP, Mr Frank Dobson, whose constituency includes